guys, it's Goalazio here. So the video I'm going to make right now and the conversation I'm going to have with you is probably going to come across quite hypocritical. Because I'm going to give you a set of players which I think you need to avoid in career mode. Some of these I've probably recommended in the past. But over the last month or two, I have just hated their playing ability. And I've played a lot of career mode, I've played a lot of head-to-head seasons, so I've used a lot of different players. But when I do my best videos, I trial them. I trial them for around 6 to 10 games, figure out whether they're good or not, or whether they meet my minimum criteria to actually feature in a video. What I've done with a few players recently is actually use them over a season, and my opinion changes quite a bit. So what we're going to be doing today is my current top 5 players to actually avoid in career mode. We're probably going to revisit this in the future again, but definitely a few players that you need to avoid in recent times, which I thought, wow, these were good, but now they're actually dreadful. Let me know in the comment section below players that you signed that you thought, you know what, these are rubbish. Let me know in the comment section, but subscribe, let's get into it. Okay guys, so the first player we're going to be looking at is Nakita. Nakita is probably one of the players which are highly recommended at the start of any career mode YouTuber. They probably highly recommend them because he's got around 86 potential, something down those lines. After a few games, I thought he was great. I found him really brilliant in the middle of the field, very good in that cam position. But one of the biggest downsides to him, which I did mention when I've mentioned him before, was that pace ability to him. As you can see here, around that 55-60 mark. The problem is, over the season, you just start to notice this quite a bit, and that stamina starts to kick in quite a lot. So when you start picking up, when he starts getting to his higher rating even, I should say, when he starts featuring a lot more games and becoming a lot more prominent in your side, you will notice him becoming worse and worse in comparison to other players. That is probably because of his pace and his actual stamina. His strength isn't exactly the best. His stamina, his jumping and everything is a lot weaker. Even though he is a good cam, he is not the best cam that you can sign in that position anymore. So after using him for a season, I felt the game starting to catch up with him, and then I started to actually avoid using him. I had him in my side around 79, 80 rated, so a player to actually avoid. Next, we got the guy, let's be honest, 16 years old, probably the creme of the creme at the start of the season. Even I personally recommended him at the start of the season, but he has changed position. This is the reason I don't like them. I like signing players in their position. I like signing a cam and playing him in a cam position. I like signing a right winger into a right winger position. Rihanna is a very good central attack midfielder. When I spoke about him at the start of FIFA 21, I thought he was brilliant. I thought he's an absolute amazing central attacking midfielder. But in recent updates, he's actually switched to a winger. He is awful. Downright awful on the wing. I've even changed him to playing him over right forward role, but that pace is just a lacking. He's got the skills to actually get around players and stuff if you want, but that extra acceleration which a normal winger would actually have, which I would kind of prioritize in a winger, he just does not have, which puts him on the back foot once you actually try to attack and push forward in your actual game. So let's just say you're going on a counter attack and you're trying to transfer as much as you can. He will have a sudden burst of acceleration, but that top sprint speed, if you're trying to do 1-2 football, just isn't there. You have to be a very skillful FIFA player, or you enjoy doing skills to use him. If, for example, me, you got very limited knowledge of skills, you use them occasionally, you flick the stick, he isn't going to work for you. He doesn't work out on the far wing. Put him in the middle, that pace works brilliantly. In around, when he starts getting up, it's around 80 plus rated, but in the winger, just does not work when you're in that Champions League football and stuff. So winger, gone for this one. I know for a fact I am. Hanalan, I hate in career mode. I do not like him. Don't like him in head-to-head seasons either. I think he's an awful player. I think his dribbling ability, which I think is actually pretty decent. Where's his dribbling? It is, I can't actually find it on the screen right now, which is really frustrating. It's 75 actually. It isn't good. His dribbling is actually awful to play in any formation. So as a person who plays 4-3-3, in essence, variety of formations we do use. However, that is the main one I use, and he just does not work in it. I've even tried him in a 4-1-2-1-2, 2 up front, you know, so on and so forth, and he just doesn't work. And the biggest problem is that ball control, that dribbling just doesn't work for him. The ball comes in, and it just, for whatever reason, the type of football that I try to play, it just doesn't work with him. there are a lot of other strikers I would actually consider in this particular role. Lewandowski, for example, isn't the fastest, but he's absolutely brilliant playing in 4-3-3, and that control that he has makes up for the lack of pace that he does have in game, because this game isn't necessarily about pace anymore, so you're not really looking at that. But Hanalan, I think in Ultimate Team he's probably a boss, but career mode, I'm just not a fan, and he's overly priced for what you get. Transferred in my career mode, I have no idea why Barcelona signed him, because he moves like an absolute friggin' bus, right? Immobile works well in a 4-3-3, which I found absolutely brilliant with him. I thought amazing. You know what? I've got myself a cheaper, in essence, Lewandowski, a younger Lewandowski to actually have in my side, which is absolutely brilliantly. I thought amazing. But that move, you know what? It says in this game, his ball control and his dribbling is 83, 84. You know what? I just don't understand that. The agility, which is why I tend to actually look at, is around 75, which normally is pretty solid, but in game it just doesn't work whatsoever. And the problem is, you try to pair him up with another striker, for example, just doesn't work. His height, normally you have a tall striker, short striker. 6'1" is the awkward in between. He's not tall enough to win headers. Well, he is. He can win an header. He's not tall enough to become a tall striker, but he's not short enough to have that pace. So I just have to kind of avoid him. Just not a fan. Not a fan of him whatsoever. Next, we got a player which I think I recommended quite heavily at the start of FIFA. I thought he was one of the best decent centre-backs in this game. I thought his height wasn't necessarily an issue, because usually his jumping ability, his stamina, and his strength usually made up for it. When you actually get further on in the career mode, so when you play around 2 seasons or so, that stamina isn't too bad. Don't get me wrong. Final 10 minutes, you might end up changing him. He's going to be a bit of a struggle, I'm just saying. But he really, that jumping ability, 85, is a bit of a lie I found in my career modes. I don't know what it is. I literally hold down X or square, whatever console you're playing, and it just doesn't happen. It just literally just doesn't happen. He does kind of get out-strengthened a little bit in career mode, even though it's around that 74. Brilliant in a road to glory. Starting off absolutely amazing, but when you start getting those higher leagues and stuff, if he doesn't develop quick enough, which is a little bit of an issue that I found, because I actually had him for 2 to 3 seasons. If he doesn't develop quick enough, he's on the back foot in your career mode. So you end up signing someone else, putting someone else there, and then that height as well, it falls behind. It starts to fall behind as you get further along in your career modes, which is a big unfortunate thing, if I'm honest. I was gutted. I thought he was absolutely brilliant at the start of the season. When I did my test with him, played 7 games with him actually, if I recall, and I thought he was brilliant. But now using him over a season or 2, he just doesn't. Well, longer than a season, 3 seasons, he just doesn't grasp the fact of you need to be better. Guys, they were 5 players this week. You know what, I'm playing so many career modes, I'm like, this week, this is the 5 players I would honestly avoid. I'm going to do more of these, because there are more players, but I honestly thought to myself, I'm going to give you a couple, and I think a few of them are controversial, because let's take Hanalan, for example. I think everyone loves him, and also the big hidden gem at the start of the season, Shariki, I would personally avoid. I literally do not like him on the wing. I can put him into a camp position, I can train him there, and I think he's half decent, but there are so many better players to actually sign out there, and his price tag just seems to be going up and up. So my personal recommendation, don't use him. That's just my thoughts. So they're my latest 5 players to actually avoid. And I want to know in the comment section below. My comment section is a safe haven. Feel free to comment below what player you think we should be avoiding in career mode. I'm not bothered. You need to let me know. That's all I'm saying. Just let me know in that comment section below what players should we be avoiding in career mode. There are plenty more. There are plenty more. But we're going to address those in a future video. But anyway, guys, my name is Goalazio. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, hit that like button. It's a little different to best players. Let's be honest, because I think my worst players come after when I've used them a lot longer, which is interesting. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. My name is Goalazio. Hope you did enjoy the video. If you want to see more, hit that like button and subscribe. But anyway, I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye, guys.
Jack it up.